So I just can't just go home?
No.
Why?
More like you just stole a candy bar, okay? I guess there's a question about almost $11,000 worth of lottery tickets over. Okay. So, if they're not winners, they don't away. If they are winners, she scans them, takes the money. If she found a way to make a lottery ticket a winner every time.
This case presents a textbook employee theft fact pattern that prosecutors pursue under two distinct Florida statutes.
So I just can't just go home?
No.
Why?
More like you just stole a candy bar, okay? I guess there's a question about almost $11,000 worth of lottery tickets over. Okay. So.
But you don't have it on video that is.
I have.
It's 50-minute video.
What's going on?
Alright, so what's happening is we have an associate.
Okay.
We started seeing some lottery shortages over here, for instance, ticketing online. It started back around the beginning of July, and it's gone on to present.
So since July, this individual's been selecting lottery cards?
Lottery cards, playing online tickets. Yes.
Okay. Can we go back in there for me real quick?
Can you tell me what's going on if I can try to...
I don't know what's going on, so I can...
That's because I don't want my kids to be stuck out the door. And
I know. Well, I don't know what's going on yet, so let me talk to him and we'll go from there.
So I have her on video, selecting tickets, mainly at the liquor store. She would just scratch the bottom to see if they're a winner or not, discard them if they weren't, cash them if they were. And then there's also another process on the cash register to where, like if somebody brings up a winning ticket, we can key in instant lottery redemption and then put in the dollar amount and then we pay that out. Well, she figured out that she could do that even without a winning ticket and everything's still balanced on the back end in our world. But then when we got the bill from lottery, then obviously we were like, okay, well, we paid out more redemptions than what we received.
Okay.
And so that's when all this started unfolding. So we're looking at total that I can prove that she took was $10,653, something like that, during that time period.
Every instance on video camera?
Every instance on video, I got it all on a thumb drive for you. Everything instance on video, I've got the our report that shows our redemptions on our register, and then all of the redemptions on the Florida lottery terminal, since we don't own that, I had to get that through the state. And that shows everything of what ticket she scanned, what the value is on an Excel spreadsheet. So
is there
that's how
any
I
type
handle
of
everything.
login for her information? No, it doesn't matter. The machine is a machine. Anybody
The machine's a machine, anybody can do it, but it's her scheduled shift. And obviously on video, she's the only one at the liquor store because we usually only work one person at the liquor store at the time.
So basically, she's been taking lottery tickets, scanning the bottom if they're winners or not. If they're not winners, they don't away. If they are winners, she scans them, takes the money. If she found a way to make a lottery ticket a winner every time. And it's been going on since July. They have a thumb drive full of all the...
It started July 2nd, I think was the first day that we discovered it.
So do you have like date and times written out? Do you have anything written out yet or no?
Everything's on that thumb drive as far as Excel spreadsheets.
So she's basically taking lottery tickets, scanning them. But don't they have to be activated first?
They're all active because they're all, for gameplay.
Okay.
You said...
My understanding.
Sorry, I didn't know what's going on for if I'm calling.
I will tell you, we're trying to figure that out. I'm trying to figure out what I have, okay? I'm going to figure out if we're taking a jail or not taking a jail.
Well, I need to know because
I will let you know. Once I know, I will let you know, okay? So can you sit down for me?
It's confusing. I don't want to lose my kids either.
Okay.
I have a 7-month-old and a child that's in school right now having an asthma attack.
So let them figure out what's going on, and
So just
then
take
we'll
a seat for me, we'll figure it out.
they'll let you make those arrangements.
So I just can't just go home?
No.
Why?
Because the allegations, I guess, we have going on
They
against
still
you.
going to investigate this all.
Okay, well, now that they did their investigation. Now they can tell us what they have
No,
going
he
on.
said he had to talk to somebody else to finish going on and see what's going on.
Well, they're providing us a verbal statement of what's been going on since July, okay? So it's not more like you just stole a candy bar, okay? I guess there's a question about almost $11,000 worth of lottery tickets over. Okay.
The first is Florida Statute Section 812.014, the grand theft provision, which criminalizes the knowing and unlawful taking of property. Because the aggregate loss falls between $750 and $20,000, this qualifies as third-degree grand theft, a felony punishable by up to 5 years in state prison.
So,
He explained to you, it was like,
He said,
Book numbers and ticket numbers.
so yes, we're gonna. Is that something you wrote
yeah,
down?
that's,
Yeah, this is about I got. Let me see it.
You want that back or?
she's right, she's adding to it.
Like you think,
Okay.
$30. You bring it back to the cash register, they scan it. They do instant auto redemption as a hand key.
Right.
And then they put $30, we give you $30.
Right.
Well, everything balances in our world until the state, which we only get quarterly, the state sends us a bill that says, hey,
You've actually overpaid something.
we overpaid in redemptions because she figured out that she could just do that instant auto redemption for no ticket and take whatever money she wanted out of the
Whether
cash.
or a fake.
Correct. Or not, loser. Winner or loser?
Having a ticket. Not even having a ticket. She just goes up to the register and goes instant auto redemptions, $100.
Oh, okay.
You
$100,
don't even have to scan the
$100.
ticket.
Correct.
You can just computerize. Is that normal practice?
In my 15 years here, I've never had somebody figure that part out that they could just do it without a ticket. So obviously something on our back end that might need to be addressed, but
Yeah.
because they gave her that opportunity.
Okay.
And then she played some online stuff too. I mean, the online's probably a couple $100, but the rest adds up to the, $10,600 something dollars.
Okay.
Do you have a printout of the
I
total?
didn't print it out because it was just so big. I mean, these reports are
This
massive.
PDF that you're on, this USB that you have, what is on it?
I've got all the video of her doing all this stuff. I have all the receipts of
Video, security?
security video, yeah.
Timestamp and date?
Yeah, timestamp dated. I have one file that has all the video, one file that has
You okay?
all
Oh shit! Scared the hell out of me.
How long has been out here?
Huh?
I've just been out here.
She also figured out that
I just saw that she got up over there and you moved back, so.
Oh, because you jumped. Because she told me to make a phone call. So I'm trying to think of who can I call to get my kids off the daycare bed and the school.
Her children are about to get out of school, so she was.
I know.
But I do need this data.
right.
So,
Like she could pull
That's what I'm trying to figure out because the people in my neighborhood make sure they get off the bed. So I'm trying to think who went around my house that
I
I
would
know.
try to figure it out.
That's what I'm trying to do.
So while we're figuring out stuff right here, so you figure out what's going
So
on
can
here.
you ask them, did he get the statement that they were just talking to me about this 2 months ago? And
I will
stopped?
gladly ask him. Don't worry about that. But I'm telling you right now, I'm going to be talking with them. We're going to figure out what we have going on. You have until by the time we come in here and talk to you about what's going on to figure out a ride for your family, for your kids
So
and
they went to
stuff.
jail.
There's a possibility.
Why?
Because apparently you stole almost $11,000 from this
And my
business.
the head Corey in charge that run this store,
I'm not-
they had a conversation with me,
Okay.
and they wrote me up for
But
it.
like I said, let me figure out what they have over here. Just get somebody, see if they can pick your kids up just in case if you do happen to go to jail.
That's the
Okay?
thing. I'm trying to think who can I call. My family don't stay here. They stay in Georgia.
Okay. Well, you need to figure out a family friend or somebody, or else I can call my friends with Child Protective Services.
So can I call y'all one of the police officers that used to work with you guys?
Can I get my laptop real quick?
Used to or does?
So
Or,
all right.
I don't know.
So
I don't know,
Corey in
sir.
charge didn't tell you about the meeting we had.
Hang on.
See now he don't want to say nothing.
Because he's talking with us. I told you. You just can't interrupt. We're talking now. So figure out what you're doing. Figure out somebody with your kids, okay?
Can she walk me in the
No.
bathroom?
No.
I'm pleading. Like
No.
she's walking with me.
No. You're not going anywhere.
I can't even go pee.
No, you cannot
So
go pee.
how do I supposed to use the bathroom?
It's either you make phone calls now for somebody to get your kids. Okay? I'm helping you. That, or I put you in handcuffs and we just go. No, we're not doing that.
So I can't even go.
We have to listen to.
It's mine. You're in my custody right now. You're not free to go. You're under investigative detention right now, okay? You know what that means? Okay. Okay.
So, what was the question?
Just the actual total amount, see if we can just put.
I see. Let me ask you a question. If a police standing in front of me, they could deny me for using the restroom?
You gotta tell them why we're in front of you. You're making accusations of you stealing $11,000 from Win-Dixie.
Say it again, Auntie. Okay, because when I started back over here, he's saying that $11,000 worth of lotto I took. So the police stand here. I have to pee. I'm bleeding. Like, he telling me no, I cannot go. I just asked him. He said no, she can't even go with me. He said I have to stand here.
Cool.
Yes.
Can you just forward that email to that email right there?
Yeah, sure.
2213.
She said if a female could pull me, I should be able to go.
It has to be law enforcement. Okay.
Y'all can't stand at the door. Ain't no windows in the bathroom.
No. Do you have I need a female reference bathroom.
Oh my gosh.
No,
He
the thing
said
is,
no,
I'm having a
cannot
female
go.
officer come here. It's going to search you prior to going to the
Oh,
bathroom.
she could search me. You want me to take it?
No.
No, I wasn't opening my clothes.
No.
This was in my pocket.
You're fine. But no.
These only thing in here is milk and it's leaking. That's it.
No, you are fine. Okay.
He's saying no. I said can't go.
But why don't you ask her, see if she will
Yes.
go pick up your little ones just in case you do have to come with me.
I cannot hear you. Okay. She said the same thing you said.
What?
I'm sorry, when the police say something to me, I'll call somebody who used to work for the police department.
Okay.
She said as long as it's a female officer, I can go. Other than that, if it's a male, I cannot go. I have to sit here and hold my hair.
Correct.
So, Mr. Art, so they didn't tell you about the write-up they gave me for that?
What's that?
They didn't tell you about the write-up, the whole conversation we had in here? Because I had it with Charles in court.
That's fine. I mean,
But it's about the same thing you just talked about.
correct. Because at that point, we didn't know where the loss was coming
He said
from.
he said the lotto is messing up. So whatever you're doing, you need to stop. He said because it's a lot of money for that. And then after that, it was another one for the.
Just gonna go upstairs and see
What's
what's
the money?
We don't have time to do
And
full
he wrote me up
investigation
for
of
that.
this.
I know.
And
Yeah, so apparently 3 days ago, Lottery Police got contacted by Win-Dixie about it. They've compiled all the paperwork and all like the files and everything for Win-Dixie. So there's a PDF up here with like tons of information on it about video surveillance, I guess each actual scratch-off ticket, dates, times, money value. I mean, we're looking at like 11 grand over 5 months.
The second charge is the more aggressive one. Florida Statute Section 817.034, the Florida Communications Fraud Act. That statute reaches any, quote, systematic, ongoing course of conduct with intent to defraud, which is why the 5-month timeline matters so much to the prosecution theory. A single transaction supports grand theft. Months of repeated exploitation supports organized fraud and stacks the exposure.
Man, I mean that's
corporate's problem.
well, it's theft. It's grand theft.
Yeah, but Win-Dixie has their own corporate that investigates shit like this.
Yeah, well.
And they
Also press charges,
if
so.
you wait 5 months to do this.
Well, they
stuff,
just knew about it 3 weeks ago because they got alerted by the state regarding, I guess, basically they sent a summary or whatever, and I guess they said like, oh, you're over this amount because basically each ticket has a value. So she would go in, just go to the computer and just take money out without scanning a ticket. So that they hit. Okay. And then I guess that when they found out about it, they started investigating it, contacted Lottery Police. Lottery Police sent them all the information. I guess he just got the rest of the information, I don't know, yesterday, today, or 2 days ago, and then I guess she's here. So nobody's talked to her yet. And I guess Lottery Police said that they have too high of a workload that they're not going to come take this, and that it's just simple grand theft. And if you need him to come to the station to go this way, to explain all the paperwork and how to read it and all this other kind of stuff.
They've been helpful already, so
He'd be more than happy to come do that.
I appreciate it.
Like, I don't understand why they just don't do it, but whatever. So I just need you to fill out a statement form. Basically, just put your information here.
Okay.
Down here, put her information.
Okay.
And then let's just make this the easy way. So on the statement form, just write, on this date at this time, I was informed of XYZ. You begin an investigation, which you ultimately determine that from this month, this day, to this month, this day, employee X was doing XYZ. You contact the lottery police. They went ahead and sent you over all the files as far as video, dates, times. I'm assuming the transactions.
Yeah, like all the video and all the registered transaction was from us, and then I had to go through the state to get the their lottery terminal reports.
And that's like
what I contacted.
The scans of the actual.
The scans, right?
And then just say you got all of that information. Just say that it has been determined that the total amount of theft from business or whatever is X amount of dollars, and then just put in there that you wish to pursue charges.
Okay.
All right.
Okay. Cool.
I mean, we don't have to go too deep into yours.
Right. I mean, everything's on the thumb drive. So
Yeah. Well,
I know it's going to take some time to do day by day and each time, and
That's
a lot.
That's what I was gonna say. It's probably gonna be she. Obviously, depending on what she says when I interview her. If she doesn't, then we'll probably have to release her while we continue to work the investigation, because it sounds like it's kind of in depth for months, right? So, and once we arrest her, the state has 33 days to file on those charges. So, if we can't really make sense of it for them, then they're going to drop it. So,
Obviously, the only thing I'm worried about is restitution. So, obviously, I have to go through the prosecution part to get that.
So is it Win-Dixie that's at a loss, or is it the Florida Lottery?
I'm at a loss for the value of the tickets.
Okay.
Now, the cases that I've worked for in the past is we'll prosecute for the value of the tickets because that's my loss, and then the state goes after that person for the winnings of those fraud tickets.
Okay.
So that's what usually happens.
So that's even more in depth for the Florida Lottery.
yeah.
Yeah. What's the total value for the
For my loss is 10,000. Yeah, 10,653
for the just the lottery?
for the tickets. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then the value for the state's probably going to be triple that.
Probably.
Yeah, depending on what you.
Yeah. So, like I said, just on that, just kind of like, just this date you found out about this, you begin an investigation, and just kind of the format of it. So, because I'll more likely I'll be doing the initial, just a brief, just we got here reference to this. This is what you said. It was handed over to them to spend the more manpower time to sit there and go through everything.
So what's most likely going to happen is they're going to take the initial report, it'll come up to us, and then we're going to look at everything that you provided them and kind of make sense of it for the state, and then file the charges.
Okay.
So as long as I get it through the courts, that's my only hope of getting restitution. So.
Yeah.
Okay.
Don't
Let me
bet
grab
too
my
much on
laptop and then
that.
I'll go from there.
All right. Who do you want to do Miranda an interview?
Do you feel comfortable? You have more knowledge of it. Do you feel comfortable going through it?
I don't really have a lot of knowledge, but I'll give it a shot.
Just to understand. I always understand.
Yeah.
So you feel what they're requiring.
As long as this chair doesn't break on me. I just want. What was your? I know your last name is Bird. What was your first name again, ma'am?
You can read my Miranda, right?
I am, yes.
Send me up for the jail.
I didn't say that, but
I know that-
in order for me to speak to you, okay, because you are detained, okay, because we are doing an investigation, in order for me to legally speak to you, I have to read you your Miranda warnings. Somebody said you're going to jail, okay, but I have to read these to you, okay? So, what was your first name? It states that the Constitution requires I inform you that you have the right to remain silent. Anything you say will be used in court as evidence against you. You are entitled to talk to an attorney now or have him or her present now or any time during questioning. If you cannot afford an attorney, one will be appointed for you without cost. If you desire to consult with an attorney first or have one during the interview, just speak up at any time. If at any time hereafter you wish to remain silent or have an attorney present, all questions will be stopped. Do you understand your rights? You willing to speak to me?
Go ahead.
Okay. Is that a yes? Is that a yes? Okay.
On the constitutional side, the most instructive moment is the Miranda administration. Under Miranda versus Arizona, decided in 1966, custodial interrogation triggers a mandatory advisement of 4 rights: silence, use of statements, counsel, and appointed counsel. Critically, Miranda attaches only when both prongs are satisfied, custody and interrogation. Mere detention does not trigger it. The Supreme Court clarified this in Berkemer v. McCarty in 1984, holding that ordinary investigative questioning is not automatically custodial. The officer's timing here is therefore legally sound. He gathers facts from the employer and store manager without any rights advisement because those are witness interviews, not interrogation. He delivers Miranda only when arrest becomes imminent and substantive questioning of the suspect begins. The detention itself is authorized under Terry v. Ohio, the 1968 decision that permits temporary seizure upon reasonable suspicion. But reasonable suspicion is the floor, not the ceiling. Here, the officer possessed full probable cause before he ever walked through the door, which is the standard required under Florida statute section 901.1-5 for a warrantless arrest. A brief note on the bathroom access dispute. Due process under the 14th Amendment requires reasonable accommodation of hygiene and medical needs during detention, but it does not grant unsupervised access. The officer's solution, dispatching a same-gender officer to supervise, is the constitutionally correct balance. On the confession itself, practitioners should note the officer's explicit refusal to predict whether bond would be granted. That restraint matters. Under Bram v. United States, an 1897 Supreme Court ruling still cited today, confessions induced by promises of leniency can be suppressed as involuntary.
Okay, but just, there are resources out there, okay? And if you need help, you need to contact us, Salvation Army, Rescue Outreach Mission. There's a whole different slew of things out there, okay? We have a pamphlet at our police department, which is, so I know where you live, to make sure all your information's right. Okay. There are pamphlets we have that have 100 different types of resources out there.
Okay, well, okay, what else do my address?
So I know where you live.
Why you gotta know what I live?
For a report.
My address has to be on the report?
Everything will be on a report. This is what's happening, okay? You're gonna take a ride to jail, okay? So sit down.
Come on.
Who do you need to call?
I don't have nobody to go get my kids, so come on.
Okay.
You catch
well,
my house.
hang tight. We have some things that need to be handled over here. So have a seat.
Okay, what will be the charge?
Grand theft and scheme to defraud. As of now, 1 count of grand theft and scheme to defraud.
What is that?
But there's going to be more counts of grand theft coming down the road once they can go through everything and itemize every individual transaction. So every transaction is a theft.
So I'm gonna have a felony charge.
Yes. 2 felonies. But it's 1 count now, but it's going to add up.
Okay, so I won't even get no bond. Okay.
I believe there is. Don't quote me on it, though. All right, so have a seat.
So y'all gotta arrest me inside here?
Hey, just bring that later. I don't even need it. Come on. Oh.
Come on, can you do it out the door?
I gotta do it here. I don't even need a statement.
Hurt my arm.
Okay, well I'm trying to put your arms on your back.
Like you're praying, like this. Like you're praying.
Stop pulling from me.
Hang on.
Please.
Put your hand behind your back. Okay. Hang on, give me some time.
Stop pulling. Do you understand
I'm
that?
down the stairs.
No.
I don't walk down the stairs.
Doesn't matter. You're pulling from me.
My hand
You
was on
don't
your
do
couch.
anything that I don't tell you to do. Do you understand that?
My hand was on your couch.
Do that in the car. I'm not happy. Just leave me alone.
This wasn't improvised. Let's examine what the law authorizes and what it doesn't. Finally, the evidentiary foundation deserves mention. The case was built on 3 independent layers: internal video surveillance, registered transaction logs, and state lottery terminal data obtained separately from the Florida Department of the Lottery. This cross-corroboration is what transforms a weak case into an airtight one. Under Florida Rule of Criminal Procedure 3.134, the state has 33 days from arrest to file formal charges. Packaged evidence makes that deadline achievable. Grades. The officer earns a B, Miranda was textbook, tone was measured, use of force during handcuffing was minimal and consistent with the objective reasonableness standard of Graham versus Connor. Deductions reflect minor pacing issues and a bathroom negotiation that could have been resolved more efficiently. The suspect earns a C+. Her circumstances were sympathetic, and she avoided physical resistance, but her decision to waive Miranda and make post-advisement admissions gave prosecutors evidence they might not otherwise have secured. Invoking counsel would have been the legally superior choice. The loss prevention manager earns an A- for exemplary private sector investigation, with a deduction for the 5-month detection gap in internal controls. The agency earns a B for standard constitutionally adequate procedure, minus a point for interagency coordination with specialized lottery fraud units. 3 practical lessons emerge. First, for officers. The strict custody plus interrogation test for Miranda protects both rights and convictions. Delivering the warning too early can contaminate witness interviews. Delivering it too late can suppress critical statements. Second, for detainees. The right to remain silent exists precisely for moments like this. Emotional waiver is still waiver, and prosecutors will use every word. Third, for businesses. Internal controls that allow a single cashier to key cash redemptions without a scanned ticket are a policy failure, not just an employee failure. Systemic vulnerabilities produce systemic losses, and criminal prosecution will not recover what better controls would have prevented. Let us know if there is an interaction or legal topic that you would like us to discuss in the comments below. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more content on police court interactions.